Hey, hope you're having a great day so far. Today is January 16th, Saturday, and on this post I'll be telling you about the overall crypto markets, which includes Bitcoin dominance and Bitcoin price action, before diving into Cardano and Dash Network, ADA and DASHUSD, and see what exactly is going on in these two markets. I'll be telling you about the bullish and bearish case scenarios for today, as well as the short-term price prediction on these markets, according to what I'm seeing on the charts. Before we begin today, if you guys are watching me on YouTube, do subscribe. If you guys are watching me on TradingView, do follow me, as I'll be keeping you updated on the latest crypto setups on my watch list, regardless if it's a good day or a bad day. If you guys do want to support me and don't already have a Webull brokerage account, you guys can use my referral link down below. They're still giving away 4 free stocks as of today upon a successful sign up and a qualifying deposit, and I will also receive a referral bonus if you guys sign up under me. Please also read my full disclaimer below. I am not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. I'm purely sharing my own speculation opinions on this market. I cannot tell you the future, and you should always do your own due diligence before trading or investing in this market, as it's extremely risky and volatile. If you guys have any questions or comments, please only leave them in the comment section below, but I will get to them a lot faster that way. Let's see what exactly is going on in this market. First things first, I still do like to take a look into Bitcoin dominance. As always, tells me where the money could be trending into, would it be Bitcoin or altcoins. Now, the time frame I'm still focusing on is on the daily time frame, which I said if we start getting daily candle closes below this neckline of about 68.5%, I'll be a lot more inclined to believe that this head and shoulders pattern is going to be playing out. Measure target of this head and shoulders pattern is about 63.5%. Right now, it does seem like the daily candle is being supported by the daily 50 MA. But I do think this head and shoulders pattern breakdown is going on. And when Bitcoin dominance is actually trending downwards, I would expect better trading opportunities for altcoins as opposed to if Bitcoin dominance was trending upwards. So now let's take a look into Bitcoin price action here and see what exactly could be going on. I do also want to point out that since Bitcoin dominance has been decreasing for the past 2 days, I do see quite a bit of better trading opportunities already and better price action for quite a bit of these altcoins, if you guys have not yet already noticed. Let's take a look into Bitcoin price action now and see what exactly is going on in here. So I think this is pretty ideal scenario for the altcoins right now when Bitcoin price action is just consolidating within a very tight range. In this case, would be within a symmetrical triangle pattern here. Key support I'm still looking for, and the key signal here is still the daily 21 MA. If the price action actually breaks below this key support and signal here, I'm still looking at the 12-hour 50 MA for the next level of possible bounce, which I don't think, even if the price action actually breaks the daily 21 MA, it's going to invalidate the symmetrical triangle pattern because the 12-hour 50 MA is pretty parallel with the bottom trend line here. So this is what I'm looking at, and I don't think Bitcoin is going to do anything crazy, at least to the downside, sometime soon, at least within the next day or two. If the price action actually breaks out of this symmetrical triangle pattern, like I said yesterday, I still do have a price target upwards north of about 47K here, so that's what I'm looking at. Symmetrical triangle patterns are bullish continuation patterns in this case, and it will be a 60% chance of it breaking upwards. Do verify that stat on your own, and the measure target is theoretical target only, may or may not be reached, could also be overreached. Let's take a look into ADAUSD and see what exactly is going on in here first. So as I have mentioned last time on Cardano here, price action has broken out of either a ascending triangle pattern or a ascending triangle pattern. It doesn't matter anymore because it has actually broken out of it with some pretty good confirmation and volume confirmation as well for a few consecutive days, reaching about 39 cents, which was also the next in the neighborhood of the next fib level right here, about the 39.40 cent area. That would be the 0.38 fib level here. So that's what I'm looking at as the current resistance. The price action looks like it has taken one attempt to actually breaking it. I don't usually expect resistance, especially fib levels or key resistances, to be broken on the first attempt. So let's see if the price action will actually take a second attempt this time and seeing if this could be successful. Let's take a look into, I do also want to point out though that there's quite a bit of possible bearish divergences across a lot of these time frames, including the daily time frame right here, comparing this this high right here on the RSI with this high right here. However, with the higher high on the price action chart, and you can probably find that with it actually across a lot of these smaller time frames as well. 12 hours, same thing. 6 hour, there still is bearish divergence, yes. 4 hour, yes. So quite a bit of bearish divergence here. So something I'll be looking out for, even though I do recognize that the market is pretty bullish right now. And when the market's really bullish, bearish divergence may not play out as strongly as in normal trading sessions, in my opinion. In normal, when the market is not as bullish, then I would expect whenever I do see bearish divergence on a specific time frame that the price action would drop to the next closest moving average on that specific time frame. So in this case, it may or may not happen, especially if some of these time frames are just very far down here, including the 3-day 21 MA right here, which would be the next closest moving average on this time frame. Right now, I do still see possible bearish divergence on the 3-day time frame, as I'll be comparing the last high of about 87. Currently, this high is only at about 77, so it does need to make a pretty significant move to actually avoid bearish divergence on the 3-day time frame here, which we do have still about 2 days here to actually make that difference. On the weekly, it looks good. No possible bearish divergence. So that's what I'm looking at. Let's take a look into the smaller time frame and see what exactly could be going on. On a smaller time frame, such as the 4-hour time frame here, or even the 6-hour, it looks like it was a possible inverse head and shoulders pattern here. Let's see which of these time frames most apparent. On the 12-hour time frame is most apparent. I did see a possible bearish divergence head and shoulders pattern that was on the 12-hour time frame. The neckline was about 33 cents. Does look like the price action has actually broken out of this smaller inverse head and shoulders pattern. The measure target here for this inverse head and shoulders pattern would be about 44 cents, or even just slightly below 45 cents here. So that's what I'm looking at for the measure target here. But like I said, there's quite a bit of bearish divergence. Would the price action actually be able to counter this bearish divergence and actually have enough strength to actually go towards this measure target of about 44 cents, like I said, which is also just a theoretical target, may or may not be reached. It can also be overreached. I just tend to be more on the conservative side. So that's what I'm looking at. On the hourly time frame, I do see a smaller ascending triangle pattern that's here. Ascending triangle patterns are bullish patterns as well. 63% chance of it breaking upwards. If it actually does break upwards, then this small target here would be about, I think, upwards of 38 cents as far as I can read it here. So that's what I'm looking at for Cardano. Let's take a look into the bullish and bearish case scenarios. Bullish case scenario, if the price action can, first of all, break out of this ascending triangle pattern and go towards its measure target, this tells me the price action could actually be negating some of those bearish divergences I have seen on the lower time frames and even time frames up to the 3-day daily time frame. Okay, so bullish case scenario, price action breaks out of this ascending triangle pattern, go towards the measure target. After it reaches the measure target of about 38 cents, I will reevaluate what the price action is doing and see if it has enough strength to continue towards that measure target of that inverse head and shoulders pattern, or would it actually come down and retest this trend line, this neckline that has actually just broken above on. So that's what I'm seeing. Bearish case scenario, if the price action actually breaks below this bottom trend line right here, then I'm looking at the hourly 21 simple moving average right now as support. If that does not hold, then I'll be looking at about the 33 cent level, which was also the neckline it has actually just broken out of for the next level of support, and see if a bounce could happen there. Let's take a look into Dash Network now and see what exactly is going on in Dash Network. So I have never really posted a an analysis on Dash Network before, so this is my first time really doing a deep dive into Dash Network. Let's take a look into the weekly time frame and see what exactly could be going on the weekly level. So this price action has not done too much for a little while. I do see even back about last year, February, there was a double bottom that was formed. The neckline of that double bottom pattern is about $129, slightly under that, okay? Price action has actually not been able to break out of this neckline for almost a year. And then finally now, just last week, price action has actually broken above and closed above this neckline of about $120, $129, and flipped this resistance into support. However, what I'm looking for on this weekly candle is for the weekly candle here to actually close back above this neckline to actually validate this breakout. Otherwise, it is likely that the price action could be going back into the pattern. Let's take a look into the daily time frame and see what exactly could be going on in here. So on the daily time frame, it does seem like there is a possible symmetrical triangle pattern that could be forming right here. So I got one swing up, one swing down, two swings up, two swings down. So if this symmetrical triangle pattern is correct, then it looks like it could be actually breaking out sometime soon. Then I will have a conservative target of about $175. May or may not be reached. It is only theoretical target. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at right now. Let's take a look into the bullish and bearish case scenario. Bullish case scenario here, if the price action just breaks out of this symmetrical triangle pattern, like I said, 60% chance of it breaking upwards. If it actually does break upwards by tomorrow, I would have a theoretical target of about slightly under $175. Let's take a look into the bearish case scenario. Bearish case scenario here, if the price action breaks this bottom trend line, it is likely that tomorrow's weekly candle would close below this neckline right here, as we do only have one more day left in this weekly candle. Okay, then the next level of support I'll be looking at would be the first, the 0.78 fib level at about the $115, $160 zone, before looking at the next key support here, which is the daily 21 MA here for the next level of support. Now, these are my bullish and bearish case scenarios for today for these markets. Let me know if you guys found it helpful. Give me a thumbs up if you did. Let me know your agreements, disagreements, feedback. I would love to hear them. Hope you manage your risk carefully, and if you would like to see any more of my most recently uploaded videos on YouTube, you guys can check out my links up here on YouTube. See you next time.